Oh, yeah, it works. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody in the room and online. My name is Peter Schlosser. I'm Vice President, Vice Provost at Arizona State University and Director of the Julie and Wrigley Global Futures Laboratory. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to our second Global Futures talk entitled Our Journey to Sustainability and given by Adele Trombetta. Adele is the Senior Vice President and General Manager Custom Experience for Europe, the Middle East, and Africa at Cisco. Adele leads over 6,000 employees, 120,000 customers, and 41,000 partners. A strong component of sustainability and a steadfast advocate for women and technology, Adele also serves as the Global Customer Experience Lead for Sustainability, as well as the Global Customer Experience Sponsor for Diversity for Cisco. Adele has over 25 years of experience and is a respected thought leader in the global event circuit. She's speaking on a range of topics, including digital transformation, innovation, sustainability, women in technology, and diversity and inclusion. In 2018, Adele became the first female vice president appointed to lead CX MEA based in the Middle East for Cisco. Prior to that, she led Cisco's Advanced Service Delivery Organization for EMEA, responsible for regional strategy with key areas of focus on delivering excellence, workforce transformation, and cross-country collaboration. Before joining Cisco, Adele held several leadership roles, including at IBM and Digital Cross Connect Consulting. She's a certified management consultant and holds a degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Naples, Federico II, the second. All right. And she also holds an MBA from Henley Business School. In addition to that, she has 2 patents in security technology. So we are looking forward to your talk, Adele.
Much. First of all, thank you very much for having me today, and quite impressed by the introduction. I was thinking, but it was very good. Thank you for that. So, um, I let me start from saying that there is a verse in the song by the Beatles, the "We Can Work It Out," that has always fascinated me. It says, "Think of what you are saying. You can get it wrong, and still you think that it's right. Think of what I'm saying. We can work it out and get it straight or say goodbye, good night. We can work it out. We can work it out." If you think about that, every single person on this planet may often believe to be right. And in a way, and it is funny, it is true, because our experience, it's really true to us. We feel what we feel, we see what we see, we think what we think. Now, for a moment, think with all the 8 billion people on the planet and be able to see and feel what each of them feels and sees. What is the women, the business women on her way to the meetings in New York feeling right now? While the boy on the street in Delhi is smiling and laughing with his friends. And at the same time, the monk, the Buddhist monk in the temple is saying his Monday praise. All try to look with their eyes. Each of them has a very different perspective. And yes, each of them is still very much true. Now, you can think, okay, what is that in common with the sustainability? If you think about that, when you read, you can read thousands of articles about sustainability, and each of them will talk about topics like the economic impact of sustainability, talk about the innovation, the technology, the government, the new regulation, and all of these topics are definitely true. However, I do not believe that each of these topics are the real reason why we are not accelerating as fast as we would like when it comes to sustainability. The reason to me is our inability to broaden our perception to create a broader perspective, and with that, a common goal. Even if you were able, back to my example, my before the previous example, even if you were able to look at the same things with 8 billions of pair of eyes, you would still miss this. This one is a photo by the astronaut Andrew Williams by the window of the Apollo 8. NASA called this photo the Earth Wake, Earth Rise. By the way, it's we have a fantastic picture here as well. Now, when you look at this photo, some of you are thinking, okay, do I live here? Or some others are just they wishing to be able to fly to the space. Or others are thinking, oh wow, our Earth is really small and teeny. Actually, each of these perceptions are all true. But what this photo does, this photo gives us a different and unique perspective. This photo tells us that we are living in a teeny blue glass marble, and we need to care of this teeny blue glass marble. Otherwise, this is gonna to be break and even could be totally ruined. Now, the point is, and that's my first main message: each of us has a role play to care about our planet. Now, as a representative of the IT, of course, I'm very much fascinated and I'm really convinced that as at the IT, we have an important role to play. And in particular, I believe that we have three things that we really need to do when it comes to sustainability. The first is inclusivity. There is no sustainable future without an inclusive future. The most successful organizations are the ones that teach their employees and even more so their senior leaders to create an environment where people are really where they feel included. It's so important to use the power with parsimony. We should create an environment where everyone feels comfortable to speak up, to share their voice, their expectation, and influence the decision and the future. And I think that this is a good decision and a good habit not only for the organizations, but even more for the entire society. Because the business women in New York should have the same right and the same influence on our future of the child on the street in Delhi. And that's what we really need to together work towards. And I'm very proud to be part of Cisco because Cisco made inclusivity as at the center of our purpose. Our purpose, in fact, is create an inclusive future for all. And that's what we are day in and day out working towards. And we have even specific initiatives that is the create a conscious culture that is that is already paying back and is helping us to create an environment where people feel valued, where people feel listened, where people feel comfortable to share their opinion and their ideas. And all together, this is creating a way more creative environment and is really fostering the innovation. But the inclusivity, there is no inclusivity if we do not support the education. Education is a such as and the youth, the future generation. And again, just as an instance, Cisco as an example, Cisco is investing a lot on the education as well. And there is a specific initiative, the Network Academy, where we are in particular trying to help and train with the IT skills, in particular the community, the underdeveloped community, trying to create a pathway to the employment. And the success rate is quite high, it is higher than 90%. And we are training millions of people. And that's exactly what we should all together trying to do. And with that platform, we are creating a perfect platform, this Net Academy, even to influence the sustainability and the focus on the future or more sustainable future for all. So inclusivity is the first. Second is all about collaboration. This morning we were having here an interesting panel with super um, really expert, with very great expert, and we were it was all about the importance of the collaboration. Now, the topic of sustainability is a too way too vast for any organization, for any manager to tackle that alone. This needs to be very clear to everyone. We need to come together. When I think about even Cisco and what we have done, we started making greener our product, our services, our management system. But then we immediately realized that we have to expand that to the whole supply value, the supply and supply, the chain of value. And we have to bring in even the ones that are giving us the source, are sourcing the material, helping us with the distribution, and then with managing the waste. We can't do that alone. We have clear scope one, scope two, and scope three target by 24, but we will never reach that if we will not work together with our ecosystems. And even if our customers and partners they do not use our product and solution in the right way. That's the reason why we are investing a lot in our collaboration with partners and customers, and we are even trying to help them achieving their sustainability goal. And together we will be able to innovate, co-develop, and accelerate common bigger purpose that is our sustainable future. The last one is very close to my heart, of course, is the power of technology. However, when it comes to the technology, there is an interesting dichotomy that we need to talk about. Because from one side, and I've been hearing and participating to a lot of panels in the last couple of days, we are all talking about the value of technology and how the technology can help in creating better first visibility of data, then can help optimizing the energy consumption, the food carbon footprint, but at the same time even maintain optimize and forecast the usage and as a consequence optimize all the resources. However, it's even true that the technology is the one, the IT sector is the one that impact a lot the energy consumption. There is we consume actually between 3 to 5% of the global energy, and as such we need to, the point is, can we really manage these, in a way, double-edged swords that we have in our hands? Can we make sure that from one side we use it our best technology, but we do not create a problem that is even worse? The good news is the answer is yes, absolutely yes. We can do that. Actually, we have to do that. And it's not only me saying that, is the World Economic Forum that says that just thanks to the digitizing the business, we can reduce up to 20% the consumption of three of the sector that are impacted most, like the energy, materials, and transportation. And in an average, 15% of the energy consumption thanks to the digitization. However, we need to do that with the right approach. We need to use, and again, we need to work together collectively as a one team to make sure that we do at our best. We use all the new technology. Think about the Internet of Things. how much information, how many information we can collect from the smart devices, from the sensor, from the software. This can help us predict the usage and such even optimize the usage of our technology and resources. Think about the full stack of observability. This is absolutely key for our future. This will allow us to have the visibility of the data and even the insight, all the stack from the network up to the solution, up to the end user application, and even from the on all the way to the cloud and to the multi-cloud. So the combination of that, and in addition, of course, the artificial intelligence. We have been talking about data. Well, data, the way for us to accelerate the transition from the information to the insight, what really matters for us. Because yes, we can collect data, but if we do not add the knowledge behind this data, and we can do that way faster with the artificial intelligence, we can create patterns. Without that, we will not be able to really get the best of the usage of our resources. Now, when it comes to technology, we need to, and each of the big company like Cisco, we should reflect not only on the what we do in what we call Cisco on Cisco, so what we are able to achieve as a company in terms of sustainability goals, but even more importantly, what we can do for our to help our partners and customers in achieving their goals. Why I say that? Because we need to be conscious that not each and every customers and partners are at the same stage of maturity when it comes to sustainability. As such, we have the responsibility as a company and all of us as a society to help everyone where they are and really meet everyone where they are in their sustainability journey. We need to help them first shaping and defining which are their priorities when it comes to sustainability, and then define the roadmap that will allow us to achieve their priority and their goal. And in doing this roadmap is where, once again, the technology can play a fundamental and a crucial role in accelerate the transformation. But this is just the beginning, because even if we achieve our sustainability goal or we improve our sustainability posture, we need to make sure that we will maintain that. And if that, actually, I would say we continue the optimization. Without that, we will never be able really to save our teeny, as I said, teeny blue glass marble. Now, um, I want to leave you with just a final, again, going back to our to the song and telling you again very slowly what the verse of the song told us. Think of what you are saying. You can get it wrong, and still you think that it's right. Think of what I'm saying. We can work it out and get it straight, or say goodnight. We can work it out. Yes, I truly believe we can work it out only if we will be all together into that journey. Thank you. Any question?
Hello. Thank you so much for your lovely Global Futures talk today. I was curious, what is one of your favorite projects around sustainability that Cisco has completed or is in the process of completing?
There are um, there are few. I First one was with the telco provider. They were under a tremendous pressure because of the regulations, and even they finally made the sustainability as the center of their purpose. That is a very important step. However, they didn't know. Literally, they didn't know where to start. They came to us because we were already working with them and say, we know that you as a Cisco, you are quite active because we are active on that since 2005. We would like to know how, if you can share your experience and help us. Actually, we have done something more. So we sat with them and we helped them to define each and every of their priorities versus their strategy, how to define what they should do in the context of their business, how they could bring their company to a level of sustainability that was definitely the one in line with their goal. And then it was a work of only a couple of months where we defined the priorities. And after that, they said, now we feel ready to scale. Now we feel ready to start and really implement what you said. The second is quite interesting because it's related to a bank. This bank had quite a not let's say not a strong brand when it comes to sustainability, but they wanted really to change this perception. And we've been working with them. They have a huge data center. You can imagine it's a global bank. And they were consuming a lot of energy in the data center, even in terms of space, as such as cooling. They came to us and we did a real time data assessment. And we were able to come with recommendation to evolve their data center to achieve a saving up to 75% of the energy consumption and more than 80% of the space. So with that, now they have embarked in a completely different journey, and even their reputation is completely changing. So we are doing something that is good for us, of course, as a company, but at the same time, we are trying even to give an impact to the global ambition. Thank you. Any other question or comment?
Yeah, I have a comment to your verse. You probably know the one of the major works of the great philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer,
Oh,
who actually followed Immanuel Kant, who wanted to see the world as the thing in
yes,
itself, sort of the absolute appearance. Along came Schopenhauer and say, no, that's not right. The world is according to your will and imagination,
yes,
which is
that is
exactly
exactly.
exactly what you said.
Yes.
And that is, of course, something that we have lost along the way,
Mm,
but it is a major driver of how
yes.
we behave
Yes.
and how we.
And this is what we have been discussing today. So if we can really come together and have this common value, and that is way bigger of each of us values, single values, this will move the mass, and we will definitely impact way more. Good. Thank you very much. Oh, question. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Robert Gibson from UST in Hong Kong. There's a book just out by Simon Zadak, which has got the sort of time to think beyond 1.5. That this business of us saying 1.5 is possible, and it needs to talk about incremental measures as opposed to thinking about much more drastic changes which are required. Where do you stand on that spectrum? Do you agree with Simon Zadak? Or, I mean, Johan Rockström recently was saying that, 1.5 is still possible. He's still talking about that. So where are you on the band?
I must say that I'm quite ambitious. I think that we should do the big changes. However, the big changes are done by small uh, improvement. And I truly believe that we can get there. So we can get to the massive changes. I give you an example. I was talking with our chief sustainability officer. She was just close to you. She left for another meeting, and we were talking about how we want to do more. We want to connect with the international organization to even impact more. And then we said, yes, but let's think what we have done in the last years. So there is a lot, even small changes that each of us can contribute to in order to achieve way more than what that said. I'm more ambitious than that, I must say.
Just one comment. Yeah, there it comes. Just one comment on the 1.5. I appreciate that my good colleague and friend Johan is still trying to say we can get there. In my view, we actually blew right through it. We are on a trajectory for 2.5,
Accelerate.
and we had, if you look at the October 23 average global temperature, it was, according to ECMWF, it was 1.49. According to NASA GIS, it was 1.28. So we are on a very rapid approach to 2.5, and I think we will break through that. The question is not, can we hold at 1.5? The question is, how much will we overshoot, and what does that mean, and how long will we be in that overshoot? So I think we have simply waited too long to act on what 2015 would have been possible if we would have started to cut emissions, so that by 2030 we would actually have had 50% of the emissions.
So, because the point Zadak was mentioning about the standard, if you think clearly about us going to work with one force, then much more radical solutions. All this sort of disagreeing over small things disappears in the face of the problems that are to come.
Yeah,
So
and
that was my consideration. So I think that we should be way more ambitious because we will get even the 1.5 or the 2, whatever. We are in a situation where if we do not take radical changes, we will be in, we probably, it time, as we said, time is really now because we are already in a trajectory that is we are reaching a point of no return. But the point is, we cannot think to get there with the big bang transformational changes because we really need to bring the entire humanity, the entire society, and the organization, the business towards the same common goal. And my point is, if we define this goal, and I think that is by now, if the purpose is clear to everyone, we can each of us contribute even with small things to make the big impact.
I think you need both. You need the incremental, which in aggregate can get us maybe 1/3 there. But at the same time, you need the much more radical things to be developed in parallel. We cannot wait till the aggregation of the small steps will actually get there. That will not happen. I think we know that by now. So I think it's a hybrid approach where you make sure that everybody can do their part,
Mhm.
but where you also have the bigger
The importance of the big one.
changes that are truly
Mhm.
transformative.
We will work on that.
Yeah. Any other question? Oh, here, Felix.
Thanks very much. And of course, we love Simon Zadik a lot, and he's done a great job in different areas. I think the problem is between pessimism and
Okay.
realism and optimism. And pessimism, if it's going to be a pessimistic thing, I'm going to just go out and party and enjoy myself because what's the point? And so I think the optimistic way is the way you engage. And there is optimism around. Look what happened on Loss and Damage. Wasn't even
yes.
on the agenda in Sharm. We've now got nearly 700 million committed. They've plastered in the first day here. We've seen in the US, we had a 3% cut in CO2 emissions this last year. We should be sick, but that's up from 2. And I think with the new technology coming along, we'll have an opportunity to push that even further. The problem is if you allow the possibility to think that it's going to be 2.4, 2.5 too much, then it will be 2.4 or 2.5 because we won't have the pressure on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toward that.
Well, I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you again, Adele.
Thank you.
Please, big round of applause. This was
Thank you
wonderful.
very much.
And sit tight at 3:15. We're going to have our LA Incubator Tech panel.